What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for Caught Stealing. This is a Saturday. The film opens next Friday, so it's almost a week early, but I'm not under any embargo. I didn't sign any waivers or anything. I saw a public early screening of this, so here's my review for it. And I did also just recently review another Darren Aronofsky film, Requiem for a Dream. For my thoughts on that movie, you can check out that video. But here we're talking about his new film. I was worried because with all the trailers, I didn't know if it was just going to be this highly energized comedy. I didn't know, how much of Darren Aronofsky's style was going to shine through this movie. In The Whale, he kind of had limited restrictions, I feel, because there wasn't much he could do other than shoot in that one location. This film, he's able to go back to his roots. This movie feels like it could fit into his filmography really nicely. And I think that once people start to see this movie, I don't think it's going to be like, wow, that's one of the best Aronofsky films. I don't think it's as good as The Whale, or I don't think it's as good as Requiem for a Dream. But out of those Aronofsky films I've seen, including Noah and Mother, I liked this a lot more than those two films. I just didn't think it was great. I thought it was pretty good, though. I think the way that the story continues to move, it's about Austin Butler. He's sort of down on his luck. He's got a neighbor who asks him to watch his cat. And then some people come asking for money, some scary monsters played by Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio. Two performances that are so good in the film, and you don't even really recognize them or think about the actors during the movie. They just dissolve into these roles. They kind of reminded me like more violent versions of Horace and Slug, or whatever, the 101 Dalmatians duo working for Cruella de Vil. That's what they kind of felt like. And I think Austin Butler was great in the movie as well. This and Elvis, I think, are the best roles that he's done. I really liked him in The Bike Riders as well. But this movie, he's given a lot to do, and I think he does a great job with it. I think all the performances are solid except for one. And I don't think it's because of the performance itself. I think it's just because of the writing around that character. It's the Regina King character. I like her performance, but I just feel like she's slightly in a different movie because every time she's around, it's almost like that the movie is trying for humor, and it didn't work for me as much of the time with the Regina King character. She just felt like she was playing it up maybe a little too much, and that character was just written a little too much. Even though I like how it all played out by the end of the film, she was probably my least favorite character throughout. But Zoe Kravitz is also wonderfully used in this film. She's there, she serves a purpose, and it all kind of plays into Austin Butler's character because there's a storyline, there's a deeper plot into things that he's going through and how he's able to sort of grow and evolve. He's working at this bar, and I think that the bar owner, his boss, was one of my favorite side characters. He had some of the funniest dialogue, and there's a little sequence with him that I think is a standout sequence for me. But overall, I think this movie is really entertaining. I was never bored. It always moved. There was just times throughout I was like, could have done without that line, could have done without all the silliness. When the film didn't try to be funny, it actually was funny. When it tried to be funny, and you can kind of notice these people are just saying things to get a laugh, at that point I was like, okay, you've gone a little too far. But this is certainly a good film. This was almost like Aronofsky light. I feel like it doesn't go as heavy as Requiem for a Dream for sure. Not that I needed it to, but I just feel like he set a bar and he set a standard at some pretty high level to where I don't think that this film necessarily reached that level. And I'm going to give Caught Stealing 3.5 out of 5 stars. Is it perfect? No. And by the end of the day, I give it a thumbs up. So that's my thoughts on Caught Stealing, guys. Comment down below. Do you plan on seeing your film? What's your favorite Darren Aronofsky film? I haven't seen a lot of his movies. I've only seen the ones that I've mentioned. Requiem is definitely the best. The Whale is the second best, but this is probably the third. I have to see The Wrestler. I have to see Black Swan. I really like Darren Aronofsky as a director. What he tried to do with the film Mother was just like a swing and a miss, but this film is definitely a swing. And it's not a home run, but some bases are being covered. And I like that he likes baseball, Austin Butler's character, and how that sort of is incorporated into the film. And he's always following how his team is doing and how it's performing because it's important to him. It's important to his community in a sense. So that was a nice touch. And guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a bunch of reviews coming around the corner, including a review for the new release, The Roses, and the 50th anniversary of Jaws. But before that, let's talk about Steven Spielberg's previous two films before Jaws, his feature debut, Duel, which I'll be posting a review for tomorrow. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Caught Stealing. And until next time, over and out.